Across the African savanna, vast grasslands stretch beneath the rising sun, shaping the lives of animals adapted to open environments. Among them, a towering figure appears, its long neck rising above the trees, marking it as one of Earth's tallest animals. With each step, the giraffe moves with balance and precision, its body built to support extreme height. Up close, its large eyes scan the horizon, providing a wide field of vision across the open landscape. By reaching high branches, the giraffe feeds on leaves unavailable to most other animals. Male and female giraffes appear similar, yet males are often larger, with thicker and more muscular necks. Their walking pattern is carefully coordinated, maintaining stability despite their long legs and elevated center of gravity. Inside the chest, a powerful heart works continuously to pump blood through the giraffe's tall body. Blood must travel upward along the long neck, requiring precise regulation to protect the brain. Specialized valves control blood flow, adjusting pressure as the giraffe raises or lowers its head. Even drinking water becomes a challenge, forcing the giraffe into a vulnerable position. From outside, the giraffe's height appears effortless, but inside, complex systems work constantly to sustain life. Within the herd, movement appears calm, but subtle behavioral changes signal the beginning of the reproductive phase. A male becomes attentive, focusing his gaze on a nearby female within the group. He approaches slowly, maintaining a steady and controlled pace to avoid disturbance. Standing close, both animals remain calm, allowing initial observation and assessment to take place. The male performs a unique behavior, lifting his head and curling his lip to analyze chemical signals. The female responds by moving slightly away, testing the male's persistence and behavior. The male follows at a measured distance, continuing the interaction without aggression. Inside the female, hormonal activity determines whether she is ready for reproduction. The male remains biologically prepared, responding to both internal signals and external cues. As the female slows her movement, her behavior begins to shift toward acceptance. Both animals align their positions, preparing for the next stage of interaction. In this moment of stillness, behavior and biology come together, setting the stage for reproduction. As the moment arrives, the male moves closer, and both animals remain still within the open savanna. Their bodies align carefully, maintaining balance and position in preparation for mating. Mating occurs briefly, often unnoticed in the vast landscape, yet critical for the continuation of life. For a short time, both remain steady while the biological process takes place. Soon after, they separate, returning to a calm and neutral state. Inside the female, microscopic cells begin moving through a fluid environment toward the egg. Many cells approach, but only one will successfully reach and interact with the egg. When fusion occurs, a single cell forms, carrying the complete genetic code of a new giraffe. Externally, the female continues her normal movement, showing no visible change. Within, the newly formed cell begins dividing, marking the start of development. These divisions continue rapidly, forming a small cluster of cells. This cluster will soon organize into an embryo, beginning the long process of growth within the mother. While the female continues her normal movement across the savanna, inside her body, development progresses unseen. A cluster of cells moves steadily through the reproductive pathway, guided toward the uterus. This structure becomes a dense mass of cells known as the morula as division continues. Soon, a cavity forms within it, creating a more complex stage known as the blastocyst. The blastocyst enters the uterus, a space designed to support and sustain development. Externally, the giraffe feeds and moves freely, while internally, growth continues independently. When the blastocyst reaches the uterine wall, it begins to make contact with the surrounding tissue. Outer cells attach and embed into the lining, initiating the process of implantation. At the same time, early connections begin forming, which will develop into the placenta. The embryo starts to take shape, with a basic body orientation becoming visible. Within this small structure, regions begin to form that will later develop into organs. Now securely implanted, the embryo enters a stage of continuous growth within the mother's body. As the mother moves calmly through the savanna, inside her body, complex biological development begins to intensify. The embryo grows larger, forming a more defined structure within the protective uterine environment. Cells organize into layers, each responsible for developing specific organs and tissues. Soon, a primitive heart forms and begins to beat, marking the start of internal circulation. This heart quickly strengthens, developing thick muscular walls to support the demands of the giraffe's future body. Blood vessels spread throughout the embryo, creating a network that transports oxygen and nutrients. At the same time, the neural system develops, forming the early brain and spinal structure. The body begins to take shape, with limbs forming and the overall structure becoming more defined. One feature becomes especially important. The neck begins to extend, shaping the giraffe's unique form. Along this lengthening structure, blood vessels adapt, preparing to regulate pressure across the long distance. While the mother feeds peacefully, the fetus develops these specialized systems within a protected environment. By this stage, the basic body plan is established, preparing the fetus for continued growth during gestation. As time passes, the pregnant female continues moving with the herd, her condition not immediately visible in the vast savanna. Inside her body, the fetus grows larger, developing into a clearly recognizable giraffe form. Gradually, her body changes, with subtle increases in weight as the developing calf expands. Her movements become slower and more deliberate, conserving energy during the demanding gestation period. Through the placenta, nutrients and oxygen flow continuously, sustaining the growing life within. The fetus begins to move, shifting gently inside the womb as muscles and coordination develop. As birth approaches, the female begins to distance herself from the herd, seeking a quieter space. Her awareness increases, scanning the surroundings carefully for potential threats. Feeding becomes less frequent as energy is directed toward the final stages of development. Inside, the calf now fills most of the available space, fully formed and nearing readiness for birth. It aligns its body into position, preparing for the descent that will begin its life outside. Alone in the open landscape, the mother waits, while inside, a new life prepares to enter the world. Separated from the herd, the mother stands alone, preparing for one of the most critical moments of life. Subtle shifts in her posture signal the beginning of labor as internal contractions begin. Inside, the calf moves downward, guided by rhythmic muscular pressure toward the outside world. The first signs appear as the calf's legs emerge, marking the beginning of birth. Gradually, more of the body follows as the mother remains standing throughout the process. Then, in a sudden moment, the calf is released, falling from a height onto the ground below. The impact is strong but natural, helping to activate breathing and circulation. For the first time, the calf takes a breath, beginning life outside the mother's body. The mother responds immediately, cleaning and stimulating the newborn with gentle movements. Within minutes, the calf attempts to rise, its long legs struggling to find balance. After several attempts, it stands, unsteady but alive, adapting quickly to its new environment. From a fall into life, the newborn begins its journey, marking the completion of birth and the start of survival. In its first moments, The newborn remains close to its mother, relying on her presence for warmth, safety, and protection. It begins feeding on milk, receiving the nutrients necessary to support rapid growth in the early stages of life. Step by step, the calf follows its mother, learning to move across the open savanna. With time, its movements become stronger and more controlled as its body adapts to the demands of survival. Inside, muscles develop and strengthen, supporting the long legs required for standing and running. The heart grows more powerful, maintaining the circulation needed to support the giraffe's increasing height. Its neck gradually lengthens, shaping the defining feature of the species. Soon, the young giraffe begins to run, improving coordination with each attempt. It starts feeding on vegetation, transitioning from dependence to self-sufficiency. Within the herd, it finds its place, becoming part of a larger social structure. As growth continues, the young giraffe approaches adulthood, ready to survive on its own. From a single cell to a towering giant, life completes its cycle, adapting, surviving, and continuing across generations.